Welcome, dear viewers, to the second episode of Winter Pilibhit. Despite the winter chill, this episode is all about the warmth of love as we continue to explore a heartwarming love affair between two majestic tigers. In the first episode, I introduced you to two enchanting felines, madly in love, before crossing the canal and ventured toward the Pakki area, leaving us intrigued and eager to follow their journey. Just a quick recap to set the scene. It wasn't long that we caught a breathtaking glimpse of them strolling gracefully along the canal. The golden sunlight danced on their coats, highlighting their majestic beauty. The canal, currently under maintenance, has left the riverbed dry, creating a stark yet intriguing landscape. Amid this desolation, S3, with his regal demeanor, strolled majestically along the parched bed. His powerful strides seemed to command the environment, turning the barren canal into his personal promenade. S3, with his characteristic confidence, eventually decided and crossed over to the Pakki side. In contrast, Naina appeared slightly uneasy, her movements more cautious, her ears flicking now and then as though alert to unseen threats. Perhaps her concern stemmed from the possibility of encountering other resident tigers in the Pakki side, known for their territorial instincts. Yet, despite her unease, there was an undeniable sense of assurance in her proximity to S3. With her protector and companion by her side, she had little to fear. Naina stood poised on the dry riverbed, her sleek form taut with tension. Her ears were perked sharply, swiveling to catch every sound, and her piercing gaze remained fixed ahead, scanning the horizon with an almost uncanny intensity. It was clear something had captured her attention, a potential danger lurking in the distance, perhaps. Finally, after moments of visible hesitation, Naina seemed to muster her courage. With a graceful yet determined stride, she moved up into the Pakki side, following the path her mate, S3, had taken. For us, watching from Pakki, this was the signal to act. We quickly rushed to the other side, eager to witness what this dramatic turn of events would lead to.
So first safari has gifted us with two tigers, a mating pair. It's S3 male, the famous S3 male, and Naina female. What a great sight, two of them are resting. We have been following them for the last 2 hours. There they are resting in front of us. What a great start to my second innings in Pilibhit. All thanks to Zishan Ali, our guide. We still have some time left, and we'll see like what happens in the next 15-20 minutes. Thank you.
When we arrived at the scene, it felt as though nature itself had orchestrated a grand matinee performance for us. The setting was perfect, almost surreal. There lay the hero, S3, in all his kingly glory. Naina walked towards him, her eyes filled with an unmistakable intensity. It was clear that love was in the air, and Naina was ready to take the lead. She approached S3, as she emitted soft, inviting chuffs. S3, rising slightly from his relaxed position, he leaned toward her and gave her a gentle, loving touch on her head. Naina, full of affection and longing, presented herself for what could have been the climax of their love story. Yet, despite the magic in the air, the moment did not come to fruition. Moving through territories, avoiding disturbances, and navigating the challenges of their environment seemed to have taken a toll on their energy. Recognizing this unspoken exhaustion, both tigers chose instead to rest. Despite their weariness, there was no mistaking the depth of their bond. S3's left paw, which had clearly encountered the dampness of the riverbed, trembled slightly as he raised it. With a few careful shakes, he began to dry and clean it, his sharp claws flexing with precision. It was a surprisingly tender gesture. S3, ever the protector, kept his eyes locked on Naina even in repose. His watchful eyes seemed to reassure her, silently promising that he was there for her, now and always. It was a poignant moment, one of quiet intimacy and connection. As the sun began to set, the couple engaged in a serene yet purposeful cleaning ritual. Tigers are known for their fastidious nature, and this moment was no different. Both Naina and S3 took time to groom themselves. Then, something extraordinary happened. S3, with his powerful frame and imposing presence, began cleaning his shoulder in a way that left us spellbound. He suddenly opened his mouth in an almost imperceptible display of discomfort. He began to shake his shoulder again, this time using his mouth to clear away the persistent flies hovering around him. His teeth glinted in the fading sunlight as he nipped at the air as he dislodged the tiny annoyances with the precision only a tiger could possess. Naina, who had been quietly observing him, watched with a mix of admiration and quiet reverence. The cleaning ritual continued, as both S3 and Naina remained engrossed in their grooming. As the scene unfolded, the atmosphere around us shifted. Slowly but surely, a crowd began to gather. More visitors drawn to the spectacle of these majestic creatures. The wilderness had transformed into a natural amphitheater, with the tigers as the unchallenged stars of the show, captivating all. From my years of experience in national parks, I knew it was only a matter of time before these magnificent tigers would slip away into the wild. And, as expected, it happened sooner than we anticipated. First S3, with his commanding presence, vanished into the wilderness and gave friendly calls signaling that all was well. Naina, ever attuned to S3's presence, paused for a brief moment as his friendly call reached her. We watched as her golden form melded seamlessly into the shadows of the wild. As the clock neared 5 p.m., the air around us seemed to shift. With hearts full of contentment, we began to leave, knowing we'd witnessed something truly special. I wished the tiger couple all the best in their journey, and that one day, we might return to meet their next generation.
Hello, good morning from Winter Pilibhit. Today is day 2, and yesterday, as I mentioned, we had some wonderful sightings and lovely sighting, lovely outing. Where we got the mating pair. Last time when I was here in May, if you have seen my vlog, I was just desperate to see S3, but that time it didn't happen. So God had some other plans for me, and we got S3 and Naina. So now we are going for our morning safari. In just few minutes it's going to start. So whatever happens, I'll let you know. So stay tuned for more.